Cerebral palsy is a neurological condition which affects the muscle tones.
As far as I'm aware, cerebral palsy is a birth defect. It's something that happens to the fetus before the baby's born.
Mikey is 10. He is perfectly able. He uses 2 crutches to walk with. He also wears things that are called AFOs, which go on the lower part of his foot, and they basically stabilise his ankles, because although his muscles are very tight in his legs, his ankles are extremely weak. Like any condition, cerebral palsy has different grades, his is a spastic diplegia, which basically means that it affects both his lower limbs. Mikey defies everything. Just gets on with it, doesn't make a fuss, is treated normally and just walks with crutches.
Oh, Mikey. Oh, what an inspirational child.
Everybody that meets Mikey just says what a complete inspiration he is, because he makes no fuss, he gets treated no different, doesn't expect anything from anybody, is a real just pleasure, is not demanding, he's just absolutely just really keeps your feet on the ground and makes you grateful for what you got, because everything's a struggle for him, but you'd never know it because he just gets on with it. He's extremely active. He sometimes gets a bit frustrated because he can't move as quickly as he'd like to. But apart from that, he's extremely positive. He's never negative. He's extremely sociable. He's very well liked. He's mainstream school. He has a very close network of friends, and obviously a close family as well, which again, nobody treats him any differently, which is one thing he definitely wouldn't want.
When he arrived with me, I thought, oh my gosh, my whole world had to change. My whole life as a scout leader, and I've been doing the 25 years, had to change. My way of thinking had to change, because there should be no child that's ever excluded. We took him on his first camp and he was quite quiet and a bit reserved, and this child kept falling over and he never cried, and I thought, oh my gosh, have I done something wrong here? And we was on down campsite, and it was on quite a big hill, and all of a sudden I could hear squealing, and I thought, what on earth's going on? And I could see them picking these crutches up and throwing them away. And I'm thinking, what? And I was just about to shout at the children and say, what are you doing? When I realised that actually Mikey was thoroughly enjoying this game of roly-polying down to get his crutches. That sums Mikey up. Give it a go. I did an evening of inspiration, and I asked each child what their inspirations were. And I said we got round to Mikey, and Mikey turned around and said, I'd like to be a footballer. And I said, oh, that's all right. Then I said, and he said, but with Man United. I thought, aim high, son, aim high.
Typical boy, football, anything physical, anything involving a ball, everything that you think it would be a struggle for, he likes doing. Swimming, he goes to Cubs and he goes away on camp. Again, no adaptations are made, there's no adaptations at home or at school. He's treated perfectly normal, fine, he's got his crutches, he's absolutely fine.
On the weekend I like to do is play football and do fun activities with my baby sisters. I like going to Scouts because some of my best friends like going to Scouts, and some people don't like going to Scouts, but I like it when they all come together so I can play with them.
As I say, when Mikey first came with me, his confidence seemed to be quite quiet, but it has grown into quite a little cheeky chappy, but I quite like that. His wit is quite funny, which is, I find that quite refreshing.
He's in mainstream school, but he is delayed, but not horrendously so. He's probably about 6 months behind most of people his age. But he has extra tuition at school, and we're trying to get him a statement for education, which basically means that more so when he goes into secondary school, when he does his GCSEs, that he basically has a TA assigned just for him, and he'll get extra time to complete his homework and his projects, and he'll have more of a one-to-one with his learning, and he'll have that for life as well, which is what we're trying to get in place now, ready for secondary school.
My best friends and my teacher always tell me, because in case I do the wrong things in my books.
His friends treat him exactly as normal as he would. He joins in everything, and again in the way that he can. But his friends, all I can say, the friends are very aware of Mikey, and they're at a split second should he need them. Because of the level of exercise that he does and stretches that he does on a daily basis, which to him is just like you cleaning your teeth. To him, doing his exercise and doing his stretches after he's had his bath for night time, walking to and from school, although to see him you would think he would struggle because you think, oh God, poor sod, but actually you're doing the best thing for him, because the more mobile he is and the more active you keep his muscles working, like any of us, the better it is for him. He has regular physio, and obviously he does hydrotherapy as well. But like I say, fortunately for him, he is so active and he wants to do everything positively active. So I think that's why he is as able as he is, because in theory he should be in a wheelchair.
At physio, I do activities with stretching, walking, and do some more exercising to help my feet get strong.
Physio he has probably every couple of months, again because Mikey is a very good candidate, because he does do his exercises at home, he does do his stretches, he does and he's always very compliant. That's why he only goes every couple of months, and we rotate the exercises so he doesn't get bored. It's sort of trying to invent new ways of getting around things to get him to do things and making it more fun. With you have your arch in your feet, obviously underneath your feet, Mikey's actually roll in. So where you have your arch in your foot, Mikey's doesn't. Mikey's rolls in. So when Mikey was younger, when he went to stand up, he would stand on the inside of his feet to stand up, which is why he wears like that AFOs, or splints is another word for them, that actually keep his foot in the right position and have a raised arch, so actually force his feet outwards, hence making the muscles work in his legs by pushing his feet out, and also gives him the stability around his ankles because they are incredibly weak.
I got a bike and it goes a bit high. I like a real bike, but I got a bag at the back of it and it will say my name on it.
The bike is basically something that we've been waiting for some time. He can't push because he hasn't got the strength in his lower muscles to be able to push a normal bike pedals round. So this actually is a specialised bike that is for cerebral palsy spastic diplegia, which basically is the mechanism on the chain is slightly different, although it looks completely like a normal bike. But it is a trike, so obviously it has two wheels at the back and one at the front, so it gives extra stability, and he can actually ride it himself.
He was my Cub of the Year, not last year, the first year, because after 25 years of being in scouting, you get your ups and downs as a leader, and sometimes you need something inspirational to kick in. Mikey arrived and Mikey was my inspiration. He's just grown as a whole. We've done things with him that I'm not sure if he does at school. I'm not sure whether the school provides things, but everything I now do is with, obviously, the inability to make Mikey be able to do or join in.
Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. There's nothing that could have done to prevent it. And also, like anything, I wanted to just find out more about it and make life as easy as possible for him and help him and do like you do with all your children would do, everything and anything to make it as easy as possible, and thankfully I have.